Having lost her one true love Mick Carter, Danny Dyer, thanks to scheming Janine Butcher Charlie Brooks, back in 2022 and recent love interest Max Branning, Jake Wood, choosing Cindy Beale Michelle Collins, over her, she's not had much in the way of romance, save for a recent fling with Grant Mitchell Ross Kemp. But her luck looks finally set to change, with the BBC soap lining up a new love interest for her in the shape of new Walford counsellor Clive Masters. Clive is played by actor Jason Durr, who Casualty fans will no doubt recognize from his long-running role as David Hyde in the BBC medical drama. He arrives on screen next week amid the community centre facing closure, having taken over as local counsellor from the disgraced Ian Beale, Adam Woodyard, following his drink-driving charge. After Linda's latest sober dance lesson at the centre doesn't go to plan, she fears the place is going to be shut down, with the community centre having played a vital role in her recovery from alcoholism. Linda feels the need to try and save it, and turns to Ian for advice. Ian arranges for Linda to speak with Clive, and when they meet, it's evident that Linda is attracted to him. After she later rallies the women of Walford to discuss ways of saving the community centre, she's delighted when Clive arrives at Peacock Palace to help. Linda's mum Elaine Peacock, Harriet Thorpe, soon picks up on the obvious chemistry between Clive and her daughter, and takes it upon herself to play matchmaker. While Elaine hasn't exactly got the best track record in interfering in Linda's life, it looks like this one might end up paying off. Jason recently teased that he's been filming a lot of scenes with Kelly Bright, who plays Linda. He said, "Working with the wonderful Kelly has been an absolute joy and pleasure from day one. All the cast, crew and production staff have been incredibly generous, welcoming and good-humored. I'm excited for audiences to meet Clive and see what's in store." After years of heartbreak, betrayal and emotional turmoil, EastEnders fans could finally be about to see a happier chapter for Linda Carter. But if recent developments are anything to go by, her next romance won't be with someone viewers ever expected. Linda has endured one of the toughest journeys in Walford. From the devastating loss of Mick Carter to her struggles with alcoholism, and the constant pressure of running the Queen Vic, she's faced more than her fair share of challenges. Every time it seemed she was finding stability, another crisis would pull the rug from beneath her. Now, however, whispers around Albert Square suggest that Linda's future could take a dramatic turn, and it may involve an unlikely connection that nobody saw coming. Over the past few weeks, eagle-eyed fans have noticed subtle moments between Linda and another familiar face. At first, these scenes appeared innocent enough. Friendly conversations, supportive glances, and unexpected acts of kindness. But soap viewers know that in Walford, even the smallest interactions often lead to something much bigger. The mystery has sparked endless debate online, with fans trying to work out who could become Linda's next love interest. Some expected her to eventually reunite with an old flame. Others believe she would remain single, while focusing on rebuilding her life and supporting her family. Instead, the writers seem ready to surprise everyone with a relationship built not on passion alone, but on trust, healing and shared experiences. The rumored romance develops slowly, allowing both characters to lean on each other during difficult times. Rather than dramatic declarations of love, their bond grows through everyday moments, sharing worries, offering advice, and being there when nobody else is. It's exactly the kind of realistic storytelling that EastEnders has become known for. Friends in the square begin noticing that Linda smiles more often whenever the mystery figure is around. Conversations last longer than they used to, and there's an undeniable comfort between them. Even regular customers at the Queen Vic start teasing Linda about spending more time chatting than pulling pints. Initially, Linda brushes off the comments with laughter. After everything she's been through, romance is the last thing on her mind, or so she insists. But deep down, she begins questioning whether she's finally ready to let someone into her life. Isn't outside judgment. It's Linda herself. Haunted by past relationships and painful memories, she worries that opening her heart could only lead to more heartbreak. She's spent so long protecting herself emotionally, that the idea of trusting someone new feels almost impossible. Her potential new partner faces challenges too. Rather than rushing Linda into a whirlwind romance, they choose patience. They understand her fears and never pressure her into making decisions before she's ready. That quiet understanding becomes the foundation of their growing relationship. Family members soon begin noticing the difference. Johnny is among the first to realize something has changed. While protective of his mother, he also recognizes how much happier she seems lately. Instead of confronting her, he gently encourages Linda to think about her own future, instead of constantly putting everyone else first. Friends around Walford also offer mixed reactions. Some are thrilled that Linda may finally have another chance at happiness after years of tragedy. Others remain cautious, warning that Albert Square has a habit of turning romance into disaster. After all, very few relationships in Walford stay peaceful for long. Even so, Linda appears more confident than she has in years. She laughs more freely. She throws herself into life behind the bar with renewed energy. Most importantly, she begins believing that her story doesn't have to be defined by loss forever. Of course, this is EastEnders, and no romance arrives without complications. Rumors begin spreading around the square before Linda is ready to discuss her feelings publicly. Gossip quickly reaches neighbors, customers, and even those who have their own reasons for interfering. Misunderstandings soon follow. An innocent meeting is mistaken for something secretive. A conversation overheard out of context creates unnecessary suspicion. Before long, Linda finds herself at the center of another wave of Walford drama. The unexpected love interest also has personal baggage. Old relationships, unresolved conflicts, and outside pressures threaten to derail the romance before it has the chance to properly begin. Both characters are forced to decide whether the connection they're building is strong enough to survive the inevitable challenges. Fans are already divided over the possible pairing. Some believe the unexpected chemistry could become one of EastEnders' strongest romances in years, praising the slower pace and emotional depth. Others remain skeptical, arguing that Linda deserves time alone, rather than another complicated relationship. Social media has exploded with theories about where the storyline could lead. Some viewers predict a happily ever after, while others fear another heartbreaking twist is just around the corner. One thing almost everyone agrees on is that Linda deserves happiness. She's spent years carrying enormous emotional weight, and audiences have watched her fight through addiction, grief, family struggles, and overwhelming guilt. Seeing her smile again has become one of the most rewarding developments on the show. Whether this unexpected romance ultimately succeeds remains to be seen. Soap history tells us that lasting happiness is rare in Albert Square. Secrets always emerge, rivals appear unexpectedly, and dramatic twists are never far away. Still, this storyline feels different. Rather than relying on explosive affairs or shocking betrayals, it focuses on emotional recovery and second chances. It reminds viewers that love doesn't always arrive in dramatic fashion. Sometimes it grows quietly between two people who simply understand one another. If the relationship continues to develop, it could represent an important new chapter for Linda Carter, one where she finally allows herself to look toward the future instead of remaining trapped by the past. For longtime EastEnders fans, that's perhaps the biggest surprise of all. After everything Linda has endured, the possibility of finding genuine happiness with someone completely unexpected may prove to be one of Walford's most heartwarming stories yet. As the drama unfolds, viewers will be watching closely to discover whether this surprising romance blossoms into lasting love, or becomes another unforgettable twist in the ever-changing